So, hello and welcome along to another edition of Isolation Interviews for Hospital Radio Reading and for my YouTube channel. And I'm super excited to be joined by one of the stars of this year's panto at the Wycombe Swan. Voix, welcome. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, my darlings. Well, first of all, I thought it was very early the other week when I was like, I've got to start pantomime rehearsals, but it is round the corner. We're now into December. We're in a full swing of rehearsals. I am super excited. I've got a lot to learn. So I'm going to blame this interview. If I get my words wrong in the show, I'm going to say it's because I was doing the hospital radio. That's why that words went wrong.
Now, I mean, so much to talk about, but I mean, obviously, panto is such a big thing this time of year. How did you get into panto? Because this isn't your first panto. So where did the kind
Oh,
of love of
gosh.
panto come from?
No, this is probably my something like my 20th panto or something. It was one of my first ever professional jobs when I was, jobbing actor and out in the world. I think I did Stevenage. I did Stevenage pantomime, and we opened in November and we finished in February. That's how long pantos used to run back then. And it was so many shows, but it was so much fun. And I got to work with some amazing people over the years. From Mickey Rooney, I did 3 years in Mickey Rooney, Hollywood legend. I worked with, oh my gosh, you name it, so many stars. Sue Pollard, Stella Black, Michelle Collins, all the stars. And you learn so much because you get to work with these really established people. You spend Christmas as a family working your socks off of 2 shows a day. And I just love it. I love for me, it's all about the glitter, the costumes, and the comedy. So I get all three in pantomime.
I mean, the amazing thing as well is for quite a lot of children, for example, it's often their introduction to theatre. So, I mean, it must be great to get audiences of all ages coming along.
It is. I remember going to see pantomime when I was young and absolutely having that, just the first experience of the lights and the comedy and the actors, and it's so magical as a kid. And I think, if you can bring the kids along as a family, grandma can enjoy it and the grandkids can enjoy it, and that's the main thing. And with this show, don't be thinking it's a kids show and the adults aren't going to get a laugh. There is the most close to the mark innuendos you will ever find, but they go over the kid's head and the audience is laughing, and you just hope they don't ask what that meant in the car on the way home.
Now, I mean, you've done panto in many different venues all up and down the country.
Mm.
How do you decide where to go? I mean, obviously, previously, you've been at Aylesbury, which is one of my local theatres as well. I mean, for you, how do you decide where you're going to go?
Oh, it'd be lovely if it was that easy just to say I want to do that. When you're starting out, as an actor, you very much you cast for a show, and they'll say you're going to Swindon, Cardiff, Edinburgh, Brighton. You go where you're sent, really. And then what's quite nice is as you get to more established and a profile, or you live in a certain area, a theatre like Aylesbury, for example, I did 10 years there. They'll embrace you as a local. Now I've moved house and I'm in Wycombe, and this is my second year at Wycombe. So producers, I think they like you to put you in a place that you've got a following and a fan base. So for me, Wycombe wasn't too far away from Aylesbury, so we could keep in that same sort of borough. And for me, it's all about being at home at Christmas. I like to wake up in my own bed, like Christmas Day at home, and that's a bonus for me that I can do that. But I would go anywhere if they sent me. Well, not anywhere. I have worked in Skegness. I don't think I want to do pantomime there, bless them.
Now, tell us a little bit about Aladdin, because obviously this year, from Friday the 13th of December through until Sunday the 5th of January, it's a great run. Tell us kind of a bit about the show, and you were doing it with Vernon Kay as well.
We're doing it at Vernon Kay, and it's a very, very a new rewritten version of Aladdin. Obviously, you've got all the favourites in there. You've got the magic and the genie and the lamp and all that, but it's completely rewritten with some really funny twists on it. We've got a baddie that is Swedish. We have a complete digital set with an amazing genie, and the whole thing is very modern, very technical, very advanced. I think these kids that are expecting it to be cloths flying in and out like the old days. No, we are moving with the times. It's like a gaming show all in one. It's going to be so spectacular, huge star-studded cast, and just really modern.
And tell us a bit about who you play in the panto this year.
Well, I see. Obviously, normally the dame in Aladdin is Widow Twankey, but we've got Vernon Kay, so we're not the Twankies, we're the Lankies. So I'm playing Lola Lanky. I am Vernon Kay's mother. I mean, he's 10 years older than me, but just go with it. I don't know how that happened. And I'm playing the washerwoman, the downtrodden washerwoman who wants the best for her kids. The kids are absolutely useless, they don't do anything. And, obviously one of them managed to find himself a rich lamp and marry the princess, and it's all happy ending, for all of us. But no, it's hard for me. I've got to really channel my lowest scrubber That's what I'm playing.
And I mean, I imagine rehearsals must be quite tricky because you've had a lot going on recently. We know that obviously RuPaul's Drag Race has been going on as well.
Mhm.
So how have you fit it all in? How do you manage to find time to rehearse?
Oh, well, exactly. That is my worry. That's why I'm talking to you now. But it's quite nice because any excuse to not be in the rehearsal room in my head gives me a few more minutes to pretend to know it. And then I've got an excuse when I don't know it. But no, it is. It's so hard. You've got to buckle down. And, when I did Drag Race, we put on a musical in a day. We danced, dance routines in an afternoon. So that sort of show trains you to work really, really quickly. So it's not easy, especially when you get older. The lines don't stay in your head as well as they used to. But it's a comedy character, and I like, for me, getting enough of a structure so I can do it right for the other actors, but also giving myself that flexibility to go off the cuff if I want to.
I mean, like you were saying before, the great thing with pantos nowadays is they are coming through to sort of the 21st century. Quite, in the past, I think sometimes people have a sort of a sort of a thought that they're all very sort of wooden backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. So it must be great to see the technology move on as well. And like you said, you've got like a 3D screen, so that must be quite exciting for seeing the
Oh,
kids' reactions.
yeah, you're absolutely right because things change as an actor. You think, oh, I've done panto, I know how it works, and it really pushes you as an actor to learn how to work with the technology, the digital sets. They're moving. We travel from one place to the other without even leaving the stage, and it's great to have that advances in technology. And you want to be in a show that's pushing it forward, and the audience go, wow, that's different, that's new, So, but still keeping the traditional, oh no, it isn't, oh yes, it is, and all that stuff that we love about panto, that's all absolutely still there, but you're just going to have a very different theatrical experience. And I love Wycombe Swan for embracing the digital side of it. It's great.
Now, obviously, Christmas round the corner. How do you plan to spend Christmas? What will you be doing apart from panto? What will you be doing kind of in your days off?
Oh, eating. I will be eating endless food. I'll be sharing the kitchen with my lovely friend Joanne. She'll be elbow deep in a bird and running around with her giblets out. And then we'll be pulling each other's crackers and watching. Well, it'll be the King's Speech, won't it? It won't be the Queen's Speech anymore. Get rid of times. King's Speech, and then probably just having a nap with a Baileys and a mince pie in the afternoon, really, because I've only get one day off, and we're back to the theatre on Boxing Day. And Boxing Day is always my favourite time for pantomime because the audiences are always, everyone's there as a family. It's quite a big traditional thing to come on Boxing Day, so it's a nice place to be at Christmas.
And we know there's always, sort of some of the theatres, there's all that thing of, you don't want to make too much noise. But the great thing with panto is you can properly get involved in the show. So you must love the
Oh
audience
yeah.
interaction.
We don't want you to come and be boring and quiet here at Wycombe. We want you shouting, booing, screaming, singing along. There is no rules from that. In fact, especially when I'm on, shout at me, heckle me, tell me to get off if you want. But I want that. We want everyone to come in and just absolutely have fun. No silent audiences, please.
And you must love, I say, we mentioned it before, but having Vernon on, he's fantastic. He's a local himself. You must be great to get to work with him.
Oh, it's great. And I just, I normally get stuck with all the old comedians, your Bobby Davrod and your Les Dennises. It's quite nice to have someone that's young and agile. And he's great. He's a great guy, and he's a great performer. And I think a lot of people won't be used to seeing him acting with the scripts and playing a character. And, he's like me. He's got a loose idea of the line. So put us both on a stage and it could be absolute carnage. We'll see what happens.
Now, I mean, just before we go, we just must mention congratulations, runner-up on RuPaul's Drag Race. I
Thank
mean, what was
you.
that like?
Oh my gosh. I remember when I got the call to say I was cast, I thought, oh my God, what on earth am I doing? Why am I doing this show? Why am I doing it? But I had the best time. It was absolutely crazy. You work at a lightning speed on that show with 10 episodes. We filmed the whole thing in about 4 weeks. And it's grueling, it's exhausting, but I learned so much about myself and about performing, and I got to meet some amazing people, and I just had the time of my life. So I've got no regrets at all. It was wonderful.
Now, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Of course, people need to go and check out Aladdin at the Wycombe Swan from the 13th of December through until the 5th of Jan. I'm super excited. I'm coming to see you on the press night, so looking forward
Are
to
you?
seeing what's
Oh,
going
it's
on.
fabulous. I can't wait to see you there. It's going to be an amazing show.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for joining me.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.